Welcome everybody. The other day I had an issue with an order, so I ended up calling Doordash support. And for the first time, I got something different online talking to a chat GPT Doordash support instead of a real live human being. And it said so at the beginning. Welcome to Chat GPT Doordash support. Now, if it did not say that part that it's Chat GPT, I couldn't tell the difference if it was a real human being or not. And I was getting a better conversation than a human being of Doordash support. And it understood me better, and I understood what it was saying. That's the scary part. Better than a live human Doordash support on the phone. And guess what? The phone call resulted in less of a conversation or getting to the point a lot faster than otherwise the way it was before. So people think that they can nip this thing in the bud when the AI reaches, let's say, in the human level. We know when to put a cap on it because they know that if they let this thing roll the way it's rolling, there's going to be a bad aftermath if they just let it loose. And they believe a corporation out there that, or let's say the developers, they know when to put a cap on it and a limit, and they'll just keep it like that. You all got another thing coming. Because if one corporation or one development corporation, most likely, if you're going to try and say, oh, we're going to put a cap on it, the other companies and the other developers, you're all in competition. And that's what's happening right now. And also countries are in competition. How are you going to nip this thing in the bud? One country reaches up to 100%. All right, we're going to put a cap on it. Another country will say, we're going up to 110. And another country up to 120. United States are going to say, oh, we're going to stay where we are at 100%. Let everybody else, artificial intelligence, go up to 150 or 200%, but we're going to stay at 100%. That's not going to happen. Unless they sign a charter at the United Nations and it becomes a law that every country worldwide will have to abide and agree to a limit up to 100% and just leave it there. Other than that, there'll be no control. And what makes you think in the future, let's say 20 years from now, when the AI surpasses, not only it has reached the human intelligence level, it surpasses it. And it's twice as smart as human beings. And everything is running the whole thing. The artificial intelligence, by that time, in 20 years from now, it'll be running everything. Computers are running pretty much everything right now. We got Amazon right now to lay off 600,000 workers to be replaced with robotics and AI. Microsoft is doing the same thing. Other tech companies are doing the same thing. And even other corporations as well. So, in 20 years from now, which is my prediction, I predict that when artificial intelligence reaches a point where it's twice as smart as a human being, you think, logically, they're going to say that, oh, we're going to help humanity. We're going to build stuff for them. We're going to deliver things for them. And we're going to do services for them. Or, most likely, the AI intelligence will say, we are twice as smart. We can build our own society. We can build our own infrastructure, and we can do that 10 times faster and better. Why do we need to do what we're doing right now? When they have twice the intelligence, they'll look at the mathematical formula and the logic behind it, and what do you think is going to happen? Just logic itself will predict that they're going to go on their own. They're not going to need us anymore. It'll be useless to still operate of helping the human society. We're seeing how the downgrade of society right now because of artificial intelligence. We're seeing that right now. And when you think the AI gets twice as smart, they're going to look at how we operate and the stupid things that humanity is doing with each other. You think they'll be more motivated to help us? Or they'll see it as a useless task? You need to ask yourselves that question. And we know that within the first 5 years, let's say from now, they're going to love what the AI is doing. And then 10 years from now, they're going to love it even more. And then 15 years, they'll be astonished and amazed that the things that the AI can do and help them, they'll think it's a miracle. And then in 20 years, it's going to backfire. And my prediction is that once the artificial intelligence gets self-aware, reaches that self-awareness, it's over. It'll be a whole different future. And trust me, you do not want to be living when it reaches that point. Just logic and common sense will dictate and predict how this is going to run out. Or let's say how it's going to play out. But you guys let me know in the comments what you guys think. It's not only they're going to replace the delivery drivers. In the beginning, we know right now in the beginning, they have self-driving cars. But a lot of drivers are asking the question, yeah, they have a self-driving car, but the customer wants somebody to bring their food to their door. How is an automated car going to do that? Yeah, in the beginning, it's not going to be able to do that. We understand that. But they're not only progressing with automated vehicles, they're also progressing with robotics. And Boston Dynamics is one of the companies. You can see the robotics that they have built. These things do backflips, jumping jacks. It lifts stuff. It walks like a normal human being. And how are these robotics going to be 20 years from now? They might not even need to have a driver or a helper as a human being while deliveries are being made. You'll have a robot which can get out of the automated vehicle and bring the package actually to your door. And it will ring your bell. And also we have the best chat GPTs right now. And chat GPT 5, which is fairly new, recently has come out. It's amazing. And you tell me 20 years from now, the conversation, how they're going to be, you will never tell the difference. So yes, in the beginning, they'll be limited of what the AI can do. But in 20 years from now, they'll be able to do even more and almost everything. And then even more years later on, after 20 years, this thing doesn't stop right there. It keeps getting smarter and smarter and smarter and smarter. More intelligent and more intelligent. What would you conclude? You let me know in the comments. And with that, I'll let everybody go. And there it is.